B-52 bomber that takes off in North Dakota, lands in Louisiana. It's got 5 nuclear warheads that were unaccounted for 3 hours. And then the Army Times reports this, and the Gannett papers do, and they go, oopsie doopsie, just letting you know, there was 5 unaccounted nuclear warheads that flew over America, but it's all okay now, it's under control. And I saw that story, and I was going to come on air yesterday. We ran out of time as always. And I was going to joke around about, yeah, isn't that funny, I wonder where they were going. I wonder if they were supposed to fly to Iran instead. It's not that funny a joke, so it's okay that you missed it. But it turns out, maybe not so funny at all, because it might be partly true. Larry Johnson, a guy we have on all the time, former CIA analyst, talked to some of his friends, and it turned out they said, hey, Larry, think about this. Number one, do you know the base in Louisiana, the Barksdale base? You know what that's for? He said, no, what is it for? I said, that's the springboard. That base is a springboard for flights into the Middle East. That's where we conduct operations into the Middle East from. Now, why do you think that they were sending 5 nuclear warheads to Louisiana? And he's like, well, I mean, I don't know about that. He was skeptical, and I'm skeptical. When I read it, I was like, no, they're not doing that, right? He's like, think about, A, why the story would be leaked in the first place, and B, and here's the clincher. He said, why would just, 3 rogue pilots decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to arm my B-52 with 5 nuclear warheads and fly it down to Louisiana. He said, now, in your experience, Larry, in the United States government, have pilots ever done that? No. Those B-52s were armed for a reason. They were transporting the weapons somewhere. Now, maybe they went to the wrong place. Maybe they flew when they shouldn't have flown. Maybe they should have checked the bombers. But you don't just happen to put 5 nuclear warheads on a B-52 for no apparent reason. And it's not like a rogue pilot gets in and says, hey, you know what? I'm just going to fly to Louisiana for no reason. And it happens to be the place that we launch our attacks from the Middle East for. And get back to point A, which is, why do you think this story was leaked in the first place? A plane takes off in North Dakota, lands in Louisiana. Who cares? Why would anybody even report that to the press, right? Yeah, I mean, it had warheads on it and et cetera, and if the press got a hold of it, that's interesting because they didn't know where the warheads were for 3 hours and they flew over the U.S. I get why the press would report it, but why would anybody leak it to the press? And Larry Johnson talked to 2 different people, and his sources were saying, hey, listen, it might be somebody inside the Army trying to give people a heads up. We're ready, okay? Those warheads are in Louisiana for a reason. They're nuclear, by the way, and they're not going to Iraq. We got soldiers in Iraq. They're not going to Iraq. There's one other country they might be going to. The only other possible country they might be going to, Iran.